This week in our Missing series, we focus our attention on a little girl named Ava Grace Baldwin. She was just 6 years old when she was reported missing from her elementary school in Texas.
The indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims.
Saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside.
Kids have like an hour left, so get extra comfortable, but this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
Y'all, so the courtroom turned seriously grim. I'm talking about Cassie eventually breaking down before the jury and revealing things that have people side-eyeing Diddy even harder than before. But what really had everyone whispering isn't just the freak-off recordings. It's not even the $20 million hush money. It's this bizarre unearthed footage. A video Diddy probably wishes had never seen daylight again, showing him cuddling next to a tiny white girl named Ava Barron. A girl who called him Papa Combs, a girl he said he adopted. But here's the shocking twist. He never officially adopted her. So why was he parading this little girl around like his daughter? Why was she telling people she met his real-life kids, Delilah and Jesse, when she was just 6 months old? And most importantly, why has she seemingly vanished now that Diddy is on trial for it?
And at the time, she was only 11 years old when she was kidnapped and drugged with jelly beans and flown on a private jet to New York. And that picture with the girl on Diddy's lap with the D&G sweater, that's her. She's 11 years old in that picture. They put those clothes on her. They did her makeup.
They're looking for that they took out of there.
This is where Cassie's testimony takes us into a reality far deeper than anyone imagined. So, hold on, because I'm about to break down everything. Now, Cassie Ventura walked into the courtroom carrying receipts and pain. But what she revealed wasn't only about herself. It was about the empire Diddy built through deception and silence. She said that Diddy used freak-offs to control her, sometimes forcing her into encounters with strangers, other times threatening to release the footage if she refused him. Not once. He even played a video on a public airplane, telling her to behave. Cassie claimed she even tried stepping into traffic just to escape the torment. If her now husband hadn't stopped her, she said she wouldn't be alive today. And the court isn't discussing only Diddy's trial. It also involves federal prosecutors alleging that he ran an extensive criminal organization with help from his inner circle. But that's still not the most disturbing part. When she started describing how Diddy allegedly used children and a fake family image as cover, portraying himself as a father, billionaire, and protector, making the entire situation even more disturbing, that's when people began connecting the dots to Ava Barron.
I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a good man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Interesting thing is the potential of what could come. We know that P. Diddy had 7 kids. One of them he actually really did adopt, Quincy. And there's a lot of questions about, did these kids attend the party? If Ava was his adopted daughter, whether real or not, was she treated like a child? And what are the implications with her being treated like P. Diddy's other kids?
So you're saying she could potentially be a witness for the government if she observed any of this criminal conduct. That's something that we're thinking about.
Now, unless you believe this was a formal adoption, TMZ later found that Diddy never filed any legal documents. They said it was supposedly a skit created for laughs. But there was nothing remotely funny about that footage, so think about this. Out on the streets, pick me up. This wasn't merely a family friend or some sleepover situation. This was a young girl claiming she was brought into Diddy's home with barely any known history. So, where exactly did Ava come from? Who are her biological parents? And according to reports, Ava Barron's parents were close friends with Kim Porter, Diddy's longtime partner and mother of the Combs twins. Kim Porter died in 2018, officially from lobar pneumonia. But even her death never sat right with the public. But here's where things got unsettling. Ava's parents reportedly pulled away from Diddy after the Cassie allegations surfaced. They haven't spoken publicly. They haven't defended him either. They simply vanished. So why would they allow Diddy to adopt their daughter, even informally, in the first place? Was it a favor for Kim? Was it connected to something deeper? Or were they simply trying to move their daughter closer to the music industry? Because remember, Diddy was known for supporting rising musicians, especially during Bad Boy and his short-lived Making the Band return.
If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts, okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to. Okay, so let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down, the other side of the code has to go down. If there's a property linked to that person, Kevin Hart, because they had something to do with the trafficking of Bieber, then their property will go down because there's a code to that property. There's a code to everything. Your social security number is like a code. Okay, but depending on the level of MK Ultra, people have auctions for the codes on that person. So they can use a remote to them like a TV and shut them down, turn it up, use somebody else, change it whenever they feel like it.
But if they stepped away now, what does that suggest about what they witnessed behind closed doors? That's the biggest red flag, considering Diddy's legal crisis includes the government searching his properties, lawsuits piling up, and charges. Ava Barron has completely disappeared from the spotlight. Some supporters assume that she was removed for protection. Others believe her parents may have taken custody again to prevent her from being pulled into his chaos. But what if there's more beneath it? What if Ava knows something we don't? She lived inside Diddy's mansion. She was part of his household. She attended his parties, his events. We don't know, but if she saw anything, she could be a crucial witness or a threat. But let's not act like this started recently, because Cassie wasn't the first young woman Diddy was reportedly accused of abusing. Remember when Cassie testified that Diddy would bring men into hotel rooms and pressure her to perform while he watched? Or that he threatened to expose intimate recordings when she started seeing Kid Cudi? Now compare that with Ava, a young girl being told she had a black father, appearing in viral videos amid unclear adoption claims, and being around his children without supervision. It's a pattern. He uses power, proximity, and emotion to control others, whether they're his artists, his lovers, or apparently this young woman in ways still hard to explain.
Cassie in court, reportedly tearing up on the witness stand as she testifies against ex-Diddy in his trafficking trial.
It'll be interesting to see how they react and respond to the alleged victim, Cassie Ventura, because she is expecting her third child and is clearly pregnant. So how jurors will kind of see that or visually how they take that into consideration, we don't know, but really they're supposed to make sure that they stay fair and impartial and pay attention to the facts, which is something even the judge warned them about before they were official jurors.
Diddy maintains his innocence against all charges brought against him. Cassie, the prosecution's key witness in the case against the embattled mogul.
The defense acknowledged that the videos of alleged freak-offs will be shown, but that those videos, they said, didn't come from the government's investigation so much as it came directly from Cassie's phone. But they were essentially trying to raise doubt about why did she hold on to these videos, and again making this argument that this case is about love and infidelity and money. But the prosecution is saying, no, you will hear from witnesses that will tell you that they were abused, they were kicked, they were punched, they were coerced to taking drugs and to performing sex acts. So this is only the beginning.
Even supporters who once defended Diddy are now turning against him. And honestly, Ava's video didn't look like some completely harmless comedy skit. The girl seemed serious. And if it really was a hoax, then why was she calling herself Ava Combs? But here's where things became deeply suspicious. Because when TMZ publicly asked about Ava Barron's video, Diddy's team didn't deny it. They simply never said it was fake. They basically brushed it aside as comedy, a joke, something harmless and innocent. But who jokes about adopting a child? And why present it as if Ava was picked up from the street and brought inside to spend time with his children? That's not comedy. That's strange. Even Ava seemed uncomfortable in the footage and hesitated when he asked for her name. She said Ava Holmes, then corrected herself to Barron as though she wasn't even sure which character she was supposed to play. People are now accusing him of treating Ava like a prop, possibly without anyone realizing it. Remember, Cassie filed her case in 2023, and then suddenly it was settled for $20 million. At first, many assumed she simply wanted to move forward, but after her recent testimony, it seems she was only getting started. Now, during her federal testimony this year, Cassie revealed she nearly took her own life because Diddy allegedly blackmailed her with footage showing he forced her into deeply disturbing group activities with strangers.
We'll repeat that she said on the stand. At one point, she said that a male escort had urinated in her mouth and she actually choked on it. And it was at that point, someone in the courtroom actually had to walk out of the door there while, Diddy sat at the defense table listening on here. But as she was describing these events where she said that, there were multiple male escorts that were happening at one time, these freak-offs would happen for 2, 3, the longest 4 days at a time. And control is the word we need to talk about. That is what prosecutors really laid out. And you heard Cassie describe how every action during these freak-offs, which were between her and male escorts, not necessarily between her and her boyfriend, Sean Diddy Combs, he sat off to the side really directing things according to her and mapping along with what he wanted to see. But he was in control, she said, of exactly how they did everything, from the platform shoes that she needed to wear, the clothes that she needed to wear occasionally, masks, wigs, whether or not the male escort could ejaculate, where he could ejaculate. Everything, she said, was controlled by him. Mind you, Brian, his children, 6 children, are in the courtroom at this point listening to all of this, and the jury was picked knowing that they needed a certain level of comfort to hear these types of descriptions. It was very emotional and really tough to hear, Brian.
This isn't merely a romance gone wrong. This was calculated abuse. So when we examine the Ava situation the same way, we have to ask, was Diddy trying to repair his image? Or was he attempting to distract people from his trail by portraying himself as a devoted father? Because right now, everything looks deliberate. But right here, is where this trial became intense. Prosecutors revealed surveillance footage of Diddy and Cassie inside an Intercontinental Hotel in 2016, and it wasn't merely a slap, it was a brutal attack. Then, in court, they revealed another bombshell. After that incident, Diddy allegedly tried to break into Cassie's home carrying a hammer. Y'all, this goes far beyond anger issues. This is about control, obsession, and intimidation. The same kind of power he may have exercised over AA's image, over those sex videos, and over everyone around him.
Exclusive surveillance video obtained by CNN appears to show the music mogul assaulting his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura at a hotel in 2016. In the video, Combs can be seen striking and kicking Ventura as she tried to leave. I have the video right in front of me. We can't show it to you. But I'm watching this with the sound off as we speak. She's walking down the hallway in a hoodie, y'all, clearly trying to sneak out of the hotel room. We see him come sprinting down the hallway in just a towel. That's it. He goes up to her. He snatches her by the neck, yanks her to the ground. She lays there still. Okay? I'm looking at the video while I'm talking to you. He snatches her by the neck, unless this is some lookalike, unless it's some clone, unless this is somebody that's like from Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise, wearing somebody else's face, looking exactly like them when it ain't them at all. Unless there's something along those lines. This is what we're looking at here. And you see the stills right there in the screen. And I get that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this as we speak. And I've seen this video now because I want to make sure I know what I'm looking at. This is about the 10th time that I looked at it. He runs down, he snatches her by the neck, he yanks her to the ground, she lays still, then he launches a kick towards her like he's kicking a damn field goal, picks up the vase or whatever she had with her, kicks her again, hits her, she lays still, and then after that, he grabs her and drags her down the hallway.
Well, Cassie told the court that he used to silence her. Now, imagine that same energy surrounding a teenage girl like Ava Barron. If he had that much control over an adult woman with a career and platforms, what chance would a young girl have? But let's be clear, this is no ordinary celebrity controversy anymore. The FBI practically raided Diddy's properties in Los Angeles and Miami. They seized devices, surveillance footage, burner phones, and hard drives. And the team is scrambling. There are claims of 20,000 wiretaps, confidential informants, and even celebrities potentially being called as witnesses. And whenever new material surfaces, it paints an increasingly disturbing picture. Diddy wasn't simply accused of abusing women. He was perhaps controlling an entire organization. So, where does Ava Barron fit into all this? Was she simply collateral damage, or was she someone who knew too much? Because we already know the feds are examining anyone connected to him. That includes children, employees, security, former assistants, and now alleged victims. Now, let's talk about those photographs because the ones Ava used to share with Diddy's children, Delilah and Jesse, they were apparently close. Extremely close. Matching pajamas, holiday gatherings, birthdays. But here's where things get strange. Ava always seemed somewhat out of place. Like she was trying to be Diddy's daughter, yet wasn't completely accepted by the public. Still, Diddy pushed this narrative hard, putting her front and center, claiming she was adopted, encouraging her to call him Papa, and making her believe she grew up alongside the twins. So, here's something people really don't want to say publicly, but it's clearly being discussed behind closed doors. Ava might not be the only one. Insiders have speculated for years that Diddy surrounded himself with a circle of youngsters and adolescents. Not only his own children, but aspiring artists, interns, and even influencers trying to get their foot inside the door. There has been discussion of women being flown out for mentoring. There are rumors of hush money being given to their parents, all while Diddy presented himself as the kind father figure simply helping them out. And if Ava was part of that arrangement, then it's hardly surprising her family eventually pulled away.
You understand? It's going to come to the forefront. Now, what they're looking for, took out of there.
Cassie's speech broke open the door. Now it's time to let the rest of the truth in. Any takers? Well, the narrative ain't over. The trial is still developing and fresh evidence is leaked every week. And others are waiting like hawks to see whether Diddy's empire ultimately crashes for good. This time, Ava Barron could possess the key to uncovering what Diddy was actually concealing. And if she ever chooses to talk, it might alter everything. Until then, however, we keep flashing that light. We keep asking questions. We keep defending the next Ava before it's too late. Smash that like button, add your opinions in the comments, and click that subscribe so you don't miss what's coming.